Test. Alrighty. Hello, dear friends. Oh my goodness. A lot has happened. Um, it's wild. You know what? If you catching this in videos, I'm gonna go grab myself some Palo Santo. Let's just light up some let's bring some vibes. And how are you doing today, my love? And if you are like me, really unbelievable Scorpio season, the last season that we are hopefully, I mean not hopefully, thankfully. There's any Scorpio listening to this, no offense, okay? We all felt it. And also I do have a cold. So I am not really my usual self because my voice doesn't really sound like that usually, but I have to keep my pitch really low. Um, Anyone watching this in video is like, what is she doing? I'm currently lighting up a Palo Santo stick because I need this. Talking about that, we need to get like a more pretty aesthetic lighter because this is not doing it. This is killing the vibe. The aesthetics that I'm going for. And also how beauty has become so important in my life. Anyone else can relate? It's not even superficial. It's just I've noticed that, especially during Scorpio season, beauty was so important because it was a mean to soothe. It's just something about walking in a place with clean lines, beautiful colors. Some of us like colors, some of us like neutral, doesn't matter, but whichever colors you prefer. And you just feel like you are being hugged by the room. All right, now we are just oof, that Palo Santo smell is always delicious. All right, my friends, how is everyone doing? Oh my goodness, we made it. We made it. Scorpio season was wild. It was the wild, wild west. I don't know about you, but I was like, what the hell? I didn't really closely follow transit. I know, like astrologer, I should. But yeah, it's just I was just busy just trying to like survive those waves. But I do know we do had some, retrograde action. So if you feel like you Scorpio was crazy, if you feel like last month was crazy for you, no, it's not in your head. You're not crazy. The energy was really intense. But today I do have amazing good news. We have entered amazing season of Sagittarius. Ooh. Okay, now I'm really careful about my words because I don't want to make it feel like one season is bad, the other season is good. Every season has a positive, an amazing plus, and a shadow side. Okay, so we need to. It's very important to. I have to check myself. It's very important for us not to get, not to lose ourselves there. At the same time, depending on your own natural chart, your own true, I mean, your natal makeup, your energetic makeup, each season is also going to affect you differently, right? So if you are a water sign, you're going to experience those water seasons a bit more intensely. If you are, or you might love them, or if you are, let's say, a fire sign, you might not even, yeah, okay. Or, like an earth sign, you might not be comfortable with that level of you feel something, but you just not quite getting it. But the truth is, we all feel the energies, but the way you will feel them will really differ based on what energetic makeup are you coming in with, so it's very important for us to understand that. But today we are going to talk about Sagittarius. Sagittarius season is right upon us, and I am just so excited. I just wanted a new energy. And Sagittarius is all about expansion. Sagittarius is all about, it's really all about expansion. It's all about, because the point of Scorpio was to build up some tension, to really make you go there, dig deep, do the dirty work. And Sagittarius is a bit more like, all right, there's a lot of pressure that's been built up. Now let's release. There's the opportunity to release that pressure, so you can start manifesting and start, start turning it into something good. So that's what I like about this. So Sagittarius is run by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet really expensive. So that's why the energy is gonna be we're gonna be blessed with that energy all throughout the month. If you're Sagittarius listening to that, happy birthday. And again, if you're a Scorpio listening to that, please, okay. I hope you had a great time. I'm not, saying any sign is bad or anything like that. We have to understand that the all energies for us to work in this simulation. Alrighty, so this month we want to focus on small actions because Sagittarius is the month of miracles. By the way, I love making this like monthly, energy check-in because I have been like a student of Kabbalah for a little while now, and I'm having so much fun learning so many things. I don't pretend to like be a master, that's not the point, but I get all sorts of inspiration. Then I find ways to implement what I learn in the podcast so it can be helpful to people listening, to you listening, and at the same time merging it with real life issues. As you can see, like I also do a lot of like loneliness series, dating series, and like other type of like series along with my astrological, series and stuff like that. So where I'm going with this, just to say that today's episode was inspired by every new moon we do. I do meet up with one of my teachers, um Chaim Cohen, and I was so inspired yesterday by his new moon, a little like group community meetup where we talk about the energy of the month, what to expect and stuff like that. And then I took some notes, and then that inspired me some important points that I wanted to bring up and in this podcast. So yeah, so going back to that, Sagittarius is really the your opportunity for manifesting miracles. And but here's the thing. My teacher also actually called me out about that. I felt like he was talking to the group, but I felt like he was talking to me because I'm guilty, I'm not gonna lie. When we say miracles, we often think about, let me make sure I'm recording this because this is not, yeah, we're not about that life. So when we talk about miracles, we often think about, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and pray all day long and just like things are gonna happen. Honestly, I won't lie, I'm guilty of that. That's actually what I thought miracles were because I feel like this might be an influence from my background. I grew up as a Catholic, and the way we the way they teach us about miracle is that you don't really do anything. You just pray all day, and miracles are supposed to be miracles. They're supposed to, you know, get done by themselves. And I think this is one part that really attracts me so much in Kabbalah because it's an it's pro- I really believe that it's one of, if not the most ancient wisdom, explaining to us the energetic of life, how life works, um and the universe, the light, however you want to call it, the creator. There are rules. This world is governed by rules. For example, the same way how you most definitely felt the pressure of Scorpio seasons. These are not randoms, these are cosmic rules. And Kabbalah help us understand. I hope you're enjoying my low voice right now, but listen, a girl is sick, so I have to like keep my tone really, really low, which is so hard because this is not how I usually talk. Um, I'm a little bit of an energizer bunny. I don't have a low pitch like that at all, so that's really hard for me. But if I want to get this done, just bear with me, please. So, what was I saying? Where was I? I digress. So yeah, miracles to me was just like you just sit down and that's it. Miracles, right? But then I'm learning that no, the beauty of Sagittarius is that there's a lot of energy in the air for us, for you, for all of us to, manifest, because we love that word, for miracles to happen. However, they do require all of us to take actions. And I like the theme. It doesn't have to be dramatic action, there have to be small action, but ideally actions that really get you out of your comfort zone. Because we know, I know, I know, I do the same thing too. Trying to like get away with things by just doing the bare minimum and to say, well, I did it. What do you want from me? Well, this is not going to cut it this month. If you have something that you are working on to manifest, this is the time. There's a lot of cosmic energy in the opening for the grabbing, okay, to support you. But you have to show up and do the work. You have to commit to do the work. Again, it doesn't have to be crazy, crazy, because I think we're all overwhelmed, especially coming from Scorpio season. And it's not just Scorpio. Before Scorpio, we also had like so many we also have so many eclipses. I don't know if you remember the month of September, like a couple of months past, had like two eclipses in them. Like, hello. So my point is, I get it. We're raw, we're exhausted, we're tired, which is why I think this is perfect, because Sagittarius is not Sagittarius the is not actually asking you to go crazy. It's not telling you like you have to do. It's not like that pressure of Scorpio, like, oh my god, you have to do everything now. No, it's just like you just need to do your best, but with intention, and get yourself out of your comfort zone and commit to doing one small action every day. That's what I like. I like that. And you know what? I had to call myself out also, because I'm very guilty of that. It's always, sometimes it can be all or nothing with me. Let's say I'm working on a project, it would be like, oh my God, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do like one, two, three, four, five, six, da, 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 da. I'm going to do everything. And then what happens? Crash and burn, obviously. So this is the first time I'm doing this. I had to hold myself back. I'm working on projects in this month, committing to them, and I've I caught myself. I had to catch myself. So you need to really be careful and ask yourself, are you doing the same thing too? While I was doing my, I like to do the night before. I like to sit down and write my like a list, intention list for the next day. Otherwise, if I can't wait for the day, on the day, waking up and be like, what's happening today? That's way too much mental energy for me, and nothing's gonna happen. So the night before I go to sleep, I like to I have this cutesy, because hello, I love beautiful things. They inspire me. This cute little white and pink and orange sweet peach notebook that I write my stuff in. So every night I would sit down and write what videos I'm recording the next day, what podcast I'm doing the next day, and also like what are we doing the next day. I'm very careful not to turn it into like a 100 list of to-dos, and being really mindful. But last night I caught myself adding a million things on the list, and I had to be like, hold up, Stephanie, just hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, beautiful. So instead, I cut myself like slashing things in half, because I've never done this, and this is what I'm really encouraging you to like hop on the train with me and let's do this together, because I feel like too many of us do that. We're gonna do so much and then we crash and burn. Instead, why don't we take the approach? It's so simple, but it's also revolutionary. Less is more, and doing, instead of telling yourself, oh my God, I'm going to do like X million videos, I'm going to do like X million this. If you're studying to get like, like a license or like a new education, something, you might be like, oh, I'm going to finish like the whole chapter. Like, no, it could just be like, listen, I'm going to just do one page today. I'm going to commit to doing one page every day. I'm going to commit to doing like, I'm working on my business. I need to get new clients. I'm going to commit to making one phone call, one outreach for clients every day. And this is how Rome is built. Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's how Rome was built. One step at a time. And this is what Sagittarius is actually calling us to do. And also, I want to say a note about self sufficiency. I feel like a lot of us, we get carried away thinking like we're not good enough, we can't do things, because a lot of time there's so much fear. We need to really do be a bit more mindful this month. You can do it. Okay. Find yourself a support group if you need one. Some of us like support groups. Some of us prefer, working alone. Support group doesn't even have to be people. It can just be like, my tarot cards on my support group. It could be like anything. It could be prayers. Again, I feel like we have such a lot of people get the hick when they hear the word prayers. It doesn't have to be Bible or whatever. Prayer could just be like, I don't know, meditation for you. It could just be one of those like inspirational self-help books. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Let's just not get caught up on in semantics anymore, okay? Like this is not even cute anymore. So just it's time. I'm sending you lots of love. I'm coming out of compassion here. I'm not judging or anything like that because hello, I deal with the same issues also. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anyone. We all struggle with the same things. That's why I like to talk about them so much on the podcast. But I feel like this is the month where you have so much great energy supporting you in the air, in the cosmos, that we cannot let this go to waste. And especially the fact that you're not required to do much. I'm encouraging you to challenge yourself with small actions. And let's see, I'm curious. I can't wait to do a check in with you next month and hear and update you guys. At the same time, please leave me a comment. I really want you to start leaving me comments here. Of course, you're going to leave me a 5-star review, but after you do that, leave your comment and I'd like to read them back in the podcast and then see and turn this into like a conversation, a two-way street. Yes, I do know that I talk a lot, but at the same time, a girl doesn't always like to do monologues all the time. So let's take, if you feeling fear, like you're working on a project and you're thinking, oh, I've failed, I tried so long and I can't, I don't have anything to show up for. I feel you, my love, but at the same time, as long as you're alive, it's never too late. So just decide, commit that today. You know what? Approach it with curiosity. Like curiosity, just commit to like one little thing. I like to do my list, break things down because then instead of things feeling like a massive project, then they become you're breaking down into smaller chunks and they become really more manageable. You know, let's say you're trying to do like I don't know, let's say one of you were working on getting your master's degree. You're not just gonna think about, oh my god, my master's degree, this is so overwhelming. But instead you can think about, okay, sending my application, here's the step, what am I, you break it down into like smaller step. Wow, how am I gonna fit studying in my schedule? And then next thing you know, time flies and then you have your master's degree. So let's go back to my notes because I keep digressing. So yeah, I want you to lean in this month because you are supported and also taking your power back. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a big one. Wait a minute, guys. Apologies, but yeah, like I don't know, a girl is just cold. I don't know, like I'm telling you, Scorpio was wild for me. So I also want to encourage everyone to yeah, apologies, but I hope I get the chance to edit that out. But again, it's one girl show here. So sometimes you just have to let things slide. Taking your power back. This one is so big for me because I have felt guilty of that too. Sometimes you want to do a project and then you get caught up asking people a million questions. What do you think? Asking people for second opinions. Now, I'm a big proponent of is that a word? I'm a big advocate. Let's just stick to advocate for now. Of getting professional help. Like, at the same time talking about that, on the fear topic, I wanted to say if you ever feel lost or confused, you don't know, you genuinely don't know what to do with your life, you have no idea who you are, what you meant to do, definitely book a session with me. We will pull your birth chart. I promise you, your birth chart has so many insights for you. It will get you like you will start hitting the road like there's no tomorrow. So do not sleep on that. All the links are down below. So all this to say that I do believe in getting professional help. I feel like and professional support. I feel like this is definitely one of my strength and one thing that I really enjoy doing. I hope you can still hear me, but my hands are dry. So what I'm saying is I do believe that there's nothing wrong with getting professional support. I'm doing some really crazy ratchet stuff here in the studio today. But thankfully, if you listening to the podcast, you can see any of that. But if you're nosy on YouTube, you'll definitely catch all of these things. So yeah, I feel like we need to leave this habit behind, or that's one thing that we need to strive to do better. I've noticed that with myself. This constant like looking around, asking people for like, what do they think? And the thing you have to understand, people are not walking the same path as you are. They're not walking in your own shoes. I feel like that's why, as I'm getting older, the last few months have been such pivotal moments in my life because I feel like I've lived 1,000 lifetimes and my entire perception changed on so many things. And this is why I feel like I lean more towards more like neutral, um, neutral support. There's a time for everything, right? For example, like, of course, do your therapy session. I'm not saying that. Of course, book your session with your astrologer. And I feel like astrologers are going to become more valuable with time because, again, people are waking up to how much power holds and how many answers are already there for you in your own birth chart. And this are not, again, it ties in with everything I'm saying. This is not generic advice. This is advice customized for you. So this is why I'm encouraging you to, instead of just giving people your power, find ways to take your power back. Find ways to work on your self-sufficiency. I'm not telling you not to have friends. I'm not telling you not to share things with your husband, your partner, whatever. No, of course. But it's nice to set yourself and ground yourself within you first. And then, of course, you can exchange ideas with your inner circle. But it's very important to make sure that you're not giving your power away. Again, that's why I think I'm so passionate about what I'm doing because all the answers are within you and you came with all the answers already. I spent a lifetime thinking, oh my goodness, whoever sent us in this madness without any, you know, any mode d'emploi. What's mode d'emploi in English again? Gosh, instruction manuals. But no, you do have your instruction manuals. It's your birth chart and it's all of that. Again, your birth chart is not meant to lock you down. It's meant for you to be aware of things that you're working with and then elevate yourself above those limitations. So, but it's your blueprint customized to you. So, when you go ask someone, this used to happen to me a lot. I'd open up to a friend about something really private, personal, and then they'll tell you something, but then you feel like, does this person really listen to what I'm saying? So I feel like all of these experiences are what kind of really started pushing me into like more inner work and self sufficiency. Yes, of course, I still appreciate friendship, but realizing that the validation you're looking for, you're never really gonna find it from an outside source. You're gonna find it from yourself. You're gonna find it first and foremost from the light, the universe, the creator, however you wanna have this relationship. Could be through like, I don't know, whichever spirit form of spirituality you have, and then really grounding within yourself. That's literally how you're gonna find all the answers you're looking for. So this is what is inspiring me with this is all the inspiration and that I'm getting with the Sagittarius season. And so the need for us to take our power back and committing to deciding what is that one project that's been blocked for way too long and that you're willing to like, you desperately, well, not desperately, because we don't want desperation. I have to make another episode on that, how energy and desperation of energy actually blocks things. But we are eager to see things start moving because it's just been like way too long. And yeah, for some of you, it could be relationship, deciding to date with intention and sitting down, deciding the actions you're going to take about that. It could be like, maybe like if you have a situationship, realizing you need to let that situationship go because it's not aligned to where you're trying to go. It could be like a lot of things. I feel like I'm really coming out really like, some people might think like my words are too harsh, but I promise I'm not trying to be harsh. I do feel, I understand. I do feel you. I do. It's just that I really want us to understand that we have so much more power than we realize. And there's so much energy out there supporting us. So, yeah, I just want us to take our power back, and committing to yourself, committing to showing up, committing to doing the work. Again, we can remove the overwhelm. It doesn't have to be massive, it could be just a little tiny little action step. But that's what will unlock the miracles. That's what will allow, the universe to kind of like see that you are showing up for yourself. You are committing to taking actions. Because what I've learned in Kabbalah is also that this world that we are in right now, the matrix, the simulation that we are in right now, is the word of action. So if sometimes we feel like, why is life so hard? Well, it's the word of action. Well, there's a lot of reason. There's a lot of, because it's the illusions here are very strong, but we are also, it's supposed to be hard because that's just the game in this, in that stage, in this, in this matrix that we are in right now. So as in, it demands effort. That's what I mean. It doesn't have to be suffering per se, but it demands effort. So yes, Sagittarius is the month of miracles, but it demands effort from us. So let's all commit to making effort, consciously, conscientious effort, in order to open up the miracles that belong to us. So we want accountability this month. I know this I'm not really my usual self in this episode. I don't know what's going on. There's not that much sugarcoating happening in today's episode. I feel like that's probably a little bit jaded coming out of Scorpio, and Sagittarius is just fresh, just freshly arrived, like some fresh buns. My gosh, I can smell the freshly baked bread. So I'm hungry. So I am hungry. I really want some fresh bread right now. I'm not even the carbs person. I don't even know what's happening. Anyways, right. What else did I want to say in so yeah, just pick one area, my love, and focus on that and show up committing to one, one tiny, impactful action every day. At the same time, oh gosh, what did I write here? Oh goodness, sometimes I can't even read my notes. All right. At the same time, I do want to pull a card today, so let's do a card. Um, let's see which card the universe want us to. Oops. Oh wow. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Hold up. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. I was trying to go for like one card, but I got four cards that just jumped out. When and honestly, the message is loud and clear for me. By the way, you can also get yourself your own card reading with me. All the links are down below. Also, we're not just doing cards, we're doing channeling. And if you feel like you stuck, these are all services that I offer to help unstuck you, my love. And in this thread, I swear this is an unbelievable. This is what I'm telling you. There has to be like people like I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Those cards continuously surprise me. It's just I'm just in awe and I'm falling in love with the cards, with the tarot cards every day more and more. First of all, we do have Nine of Wands. The second set is the Empress. Third card is King of Cups. And then King of Wands. Say what? All right. This is really fast because I don't want to make this too long, and at the same time, the message is very clear. Knight of Wands. So we had some hardship. Hello, we came out of Knight of Wands is such a cool card because there's a guy standing. You can see like he's all beat up. He went through like the hardship. He went through the ringer in life. He even has he even has something on his head, like almost like he got hit, and he has band-aid wrapped around his head. Technically, life is hard, and he's looking, you know, behind him, or like more like towards his the past, kind of scared, like, is everything behind? That's it. Can he catch a breather? This reminds me of exactly where we are right now. We're coming from Scorpio. A lot of people struggle with Scorpio. Scorpio is rough. Like it's just the energy of Scorpio. Scorpio is there to set the energy for like the year, to kind of like shake things up for us to really take action. Scorpio, again, I'm not going to repeat myself. You can go check my last episode, but Scorpio is the groundwork of manifestation for the year. So of course it's not going to be easy. It's going to, it's going to shake things up. Lots of pressure in the valve. But now, moving on to the Empress, that valve, the pressure has been released, and it's time. It's time for pleasure. It's time to take more action. It's, again, the Empress is like Venus, the planet Venus, and it's time for pleasure. It's time for pleasure. It's time for action, it's time for beauty. So it's not, it's actually ironic that I started the episode saying, oh gosh, how much I need beauty in my life nowadays. And it's like really suiting. And also because that this card is literally the antidote for us to recover from what happened to all of us in Scorpio season. And then we're wrapping up with the kings. I find it interesting that I had two kings that are, two cards in the kings suit that kind of like jumped out. So we do have King of Cups, which is literally reminding you, because I know a lot of people, when it comes to miracles, a lot of people are asking for miracles in terms of relationship and dating, and also business. These are the two themes that I'm noticing. And King of Cups is literally reminding us that we have more power than we realize, and to remember to take your power back, to stay grounded. Again, I couldn't make these things up. I literally just shuffled these cards and these came through. And what was one of the message that I spoke about today in today's episode in the podcast is literally accountability and us taking our power back. And here we go. This is concluding with the King of Wands and the King of Cups, which is reminding us that we do have so much more power. Remember what I said? If you're trying to manifest a relationship, you're manifesting a mindful relationship, like you're trying to get married. This is important for you. You're looking for like your wife, you're looking for your husband, well, you need to align your steps, your actions with it, right? You can't just be like, listen, I'm so like like there's no filters today. Like, you have to start aligning your actions with your goals. Like, you can't just, like, so I'm letting you sit down and assess your life personally and decide, are your actions aligned? And also King of Wands, it's time for us to stop looking in the past. It's time for us to look towards the future and understand that you need to ground within yourself, self-sufficiency, and then you have everything that you need to make those miracles happen. We do have the energy that is supporting that, in the cosmos. And what you have to do is just like a king, understand that you have so much more power to make things happen. And the way we show that is through the little action that we are committing to taking for the month of Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. I'm in awe with this beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful cards. Like you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and cry in my bed right now because I'm just so in awe at the beauty of the cards and the universe. People often ask me, yeah, but Stephanie, how does those cards work exactly? I really do believe we're all connected. Everything is interconnected. We are not, there's nothing random here. This is all part of like the world. Everything is energy, right? So these cards, I really believe it's not that easy to explain, but the cards, I really do believe that they tap into that energy to help us reflect and also send us messages. This is why I feel like the cards are always relevant, because again, they're not random, right? They sense the energy in the collective, the energy in you, the people that are gonna check in and click on that podcast to listen to it. It might not even be now, it might just be like, 3 years from today. Like I find myself binge, you know, listening. I was gonna say binge watching, binge listening to podcasts that I discover, and I go back down to like 4 years ago. How crazy is this? So everything, energy doesn't disappear. Energy just like, it transmutes, it changes form, it flows, and we're all connected, which is what I think is absolutely beautiful. So on that note, I don't want to make this too long. I think it's probably way too long. And if you ever wanted to like, have your own private tarot and channeling reading with me, the link is down below. And also you could get like a birth chart reading with me. All of those services I offer to help you unlock yourself and really find yourself. And there is no reason for you to feel lost and confused in life. Yes, it gets hard. I'm not gonna lie. Again, we are in the world of action, right? That's why we were constantly challenged, because our soul come here to evolve just the same way we're doing shadow work. Our soul is doing shadow work too. So of course it's gonna be challenges. So our soul can evolve through that, through them. But you don't have to feel like you're doing life alone, right? You never alone. There is a lot of support for you out there. On that note, my loves, I wish you a beautiful Sagittarius season, and I will see you next. Well, of course, we do have other podcast episode, other series. As you can see, I'm releasing more astrological episodes, life episodes, all sorts of juicy things. And yeah, just let me know in the comments any questions, reactions that I probably did I trigger you in something? Again, we can talk about everything as long as it's done respectfully. I'm always open for that. And I will see you in the next one, my loves.